Dodge dealer. Grab life by the horns.
Welcome back to the Cintas Center. Tonight's starting lineup is brought to you by the Joseph Auto Group. We begin with the Iowa State Cyclones. And then we'll start at forward. Damian Staple out of Kingston, Jamaica, the big man that's getting so much attention. Jared Holman in the middle. And then they go with three guards at Will Blaylock, Curtis Stinson, and Tashid Carr. We talked about Stinson. These guys are formidable out there.
Well, Staple's a guy that's really going to help them defensively. Make sure those guys can get the ball up and down the court.
And for the Xavier Musketeers tonight, Brian Thornton, Justin Cage, and Justin Doellman, the three men forwards. Dedrick Finn and Stanley Burrell. We talked about this team starting to try and gel.
Well, I think Brian Thornton's going to have to really make his mark this evening against the big inside front of Iowa State.
And let's take a look at our keys to the game, brought to you by your Greater Cincinnati and Northern Kentucky Toyota dealers. Steve, what do they have to do?
I think on both sides, making sure the guards don't get to the hoop too quickly. And there's some at least a front up there to stop the penetration. But both teams have to control the basketball, backboards, getting the rebounds. Most importantly, I think, whoever gets out and extends on a three and limits three-point jump shots will win this basketball game.
I think what's interesting on both ends is these are probably teams, certainly with Iowa State, the big men that they have down low, they're going to rebound the basketball, and they've done so this year. Xavier, that was one of the worries going into this season, was how they were going to rebound. That hasn't really been a problem for them so far.
Well, it's going to be interesting tonight because Iowa State's offense comes out of transition, so they're going to have to get the rebounds to get into their offense. Xavier is going to have to fight that and make sure they stay on the defensive boards and box out.
Well, you know how mental this game can become, and 1-12 over 2 years on the road. No matter how you try to downplay that as a coach, that sticks in guys' heads.
Well, I think that the Xavier players have got to remember that and get out early. Make sure you take Iowa State out of the game from the get-go.
Let's go to the third member of our crew on the sidelines. Be with us all game long. Let's head over to Jim Day. Jim?
Brad, thank you very much. For Xavier and this young team, it's all about getting ready for the Atlantic 10 conference schedule, which starts this weekend. No better way to springboard yourself into conference play than to compete with or defeat a quality Big 12 opponent. And this Iowa State team is loaded with talent. You mentioned the backcourt of Stinson and Blaylock. They'll run a three-guard offense most of the time, but let's not forget about Jared Holman, the big 6'10" senior. These guys are so good. There's upwards of 12 NBA scouts in the house just to see these guys play tonight. So a big test for Xavier, and Xavier has one other thing in their back pocket. That's revenge. These two schools have only played once. It was last year. Iowa State won. Xavier wants some revenge. Guys?
Jim, thanks very much. You may think that they are still warming up. They are not warming up. You've just seen the first play of the game. Dedrick Finn to shoot a technical free throw to start the game because the Iowa State lineup did not get in time. So Xavier begins this game 1-0.
Yeah, and I'm sure Wayne Morgan's not excited about that. Got to say something about Coach Morgan. He's my former assistant coach at Xavier when I was here. It's the first time I'll be rooting against him. I hope everybody stays healthy, doesn't get hurt, but I'd like to see the Musketeers come out on top.
It is a small circle, isn't it? As I sit down here on the road, just looking down the way, as we look at Sean Miller, 5-4 to start the year with Xavier. I've got a guy down the road who calls the games on radio for the Iowa State Cyclones, who was in grade school with me, went to high school with me, and during grade school, he and I both said to each other, "Oh, I'm going to call games when I grow up," and here we are sitting next to each other. And we are underway. Xavier with a 1-point lead with the technical shot, and Iowa State will start out with the ball first.
Xavier playing man-to-man. It's going to be important to try to give a little help down to the big guy Holman.
Stinson from behind the arc, and Thornton up with a rebound. Good position on Holman right off the bat.
Xavier going to the defensive boards very strong. That is going to be an important key. When you watch Iowa State, they play what sort of is a morph defense. It looks like it's a 2-3. This time they do play a 2-3, but they also play a three-guard front where you'll see them guard the cut, the guys dribbling through the lane, and it's more of a matchup zone.
Thornton bounces it off the knee of Holman. New shot clock set, but it should not have been. A foul on the right side, or at least Sanzier is going to check it. He may have seen what I saw, that the shot clock had been reset and should not have been.
Well, it's going to be really important shot clock or no shot clock, for Xavier to have good ball rotation, try to get the ball into the middle, take open shots, because this defensive team of Iowa State, they're very, very quick. They have 74 steals on the year. That means they're getting their hands on errant passes in the lane like you just saw earlier in that possession.
So Zanzier talking it over with Kersey at the scorer's table. Xavier with that technical lead of 1-0, and still trying to figure it out. They'll go to the bench and get their time.
See, back of the screen is this 34.
But it should not have been reset because it was bounced off the knee of Doellman. Somebody may have seen that they thought it was kicked and initially reset that clock when they shouldn't have, and certainly had not been instructed by any of the rest.
There's a Sean Miller there last night. Some of the former players, Wayne Morgan's former players, Byron Larkin, Leroy Greenidge, Richie Harris, Walt McBride, Ralph Lee, they all went down to the boathouse, caught up on it. And now it's all business. Xavier has to play solid man-to-man.
Steve, an interesting call on that. They're saying the shot clock had run out. There was still, what I saw, 8 seconds left on the shot clock. His Carr follows his own, taps it, and they will say it stays with Iowa State. Nobody had a shot of exactly where that clock was, but I believe it was at 8 when they finally reset it and noticed it.
I think you're right. There's going to be 10,250 keeping an eye on it from now on. And that this possession, Brad, Xavier has to rebound the basketball. Can't give this team second shots.
Stinson in the lane off balance, and there's nothing off balance for Stinson. He's comfortable no matter when he lets the ball go.
Watch out. It looks like it's a 3-guard front. Xavier has to have good ball rotation. Try to have somebody flashing in the middle.
Doellman from deep. In and out, won't go. Tap up and again. Come down with it and back up. Cage with some nice effort down low on Doellman.
Although Cage is undersized, he gets very good position, and you see the effort that Justin Cage gets on the offensive board. He uses his body and just keeps jumping. He just out-jumped Doellman and Stinson to get that rebound.
Cage to the line. Xavier's on the points from the free throw stripe so far.
Xavier in the last 3 games they've really started shooting free throws. The monkey's off their back. They're shooting around 81% in these last 3 games. And that's important when you're playing solid Big 12 teams like Iowa State.
Cage makes good on both, and Xavier has a 3-2 lead. Now, when you were playing and coaches were talking about it, and you know every coach says you have to make your free throws, what does Sean Miller do when his team's shooting as woefully as they were from the free throw stripe?
Well, first of all, I never had problem. I think it is so mental. And you know what? If they talk about it too much, I think you're going to continue to have problems. I think you go out and practice, and you forget about it.
Doellman with the off-balance turnaround. Nice job by Thornton on defense there. Coming back the other way, Finn. Looking cross-court. Stanley Burrell into the lane with Doellman. Carr going the other way. Burrell on him. Tries to swat it away, and Carr goes into one of our cameras, and they will call that an intentional foul.
That's what you cannot do with this Iowa State team. You cannot turn the ball over because it becomes a fast break. This team is quick. You see Carr getting it out. You got guys that are going to try to turn you over and get the ball out in a fast break.
Carr to the line on the intentional. It was a questionable call, and certainly those in attendance at Cintas Center weren't thrilled with it.
Yeah, see, I'm of the belief that you go strong to the basket and somebody goes strong to block the shot, as long as it doesn't. That didn't look intentional to me.
Well, certainly Stanley was going after the ball. There's no question.
And I don't think if you undercut somebody, obviously, I just don't think that is a foul that you give intention. It's like hitting the quarterback. I mean, this is a contact sport.
So the Cyclones retake the lead and the ball.
Thornton so far has done a nice job of pushing Doellman away from the basket.
Stinson down low. A wide open Staple, who had the shot and dumped it off to Doellman anyway. Stinson's looking at him saying, why don't you go to the hole with that?
Well, and Staple is not an offensive player. Stinson is, so you got to go out and make an effort to get a hand in Stinson's face, but there was no recovery back on Staple.
15 on the shot clock. Doellman working on Staple.
Talking to one of the assistant coach, Darren. As you'll see right here, there's a fast break with Stanley Burrell. Needs to get it quick to the other side.
Coming back the other way. Blaylock on the outlet, lost the handle, and here comes Doellman. He stepped on the line. Xavier basketball.
Well, I was just talking to Damon Archibald, who's one of the assistant coaches, and he said that when you watch Blaylock, he's one of the quickest point guards he's ever seen. And he's coached at Fresno State. He's coached at Pepperdine, coached at USC. You see Xavier fell into that turnover problem against Marshall, and they're continuing this evening.
They've only taken one shot, and we are 3 minutes into this one. Turned the ball over 4 times to their one shot.
Xavier retains possession. The Musketeers will inbound.
Stay Xavier's basketball. Struggling to get into their offensive set early.
Brian Thornton has not yet touched the basketball on the low block. You have to make that big guy work for Iowa State. Get the ball inside to Thornton. He's your leading scorer.
8 on the shot clock. Finn gets a pick from Doellman, goes into the lane, throws the floater. Nothing there, but Doellman gets the rebound and has it knocked away. Is that Holman's second?
Iowa State foul number 22. That's
They didn't get it on Holman. They'll call it on Staple. Luckily for Holman.
personal foul. Second team foul for the Cyclones.
With Justin Doellman playing strong in the offensive end.
Justin Doellman.
And this is why you go to the free throw line. If you're knocking them down, you want to get there every time, especially when you're shooting 80%.
That was a nice change.
Down line for the Cyclones.
Doellman just breaks the first one.
Well, I strongly feel that early on, we said in the beginning of the game, Xavier has to try to take Iowa State out of this game early. Xavier's not getting the ball in the paint. You know, they're 25, 30 seconds behind the three-point line, and then they're having dribble penetration. Got to get the ball inside to Thornton and Doellman.
Staple takes a seat. Reggie George in for him. Doellman's second is up and good. All knotted up at 4. Third time we've been tied already, and only 8 points have been scored. And they're going to get Dedrick Finn. Calling this one tight right off the bat.
Dedrick Finn has stepped up his play defensively, especially against the Marshall in the Marshall game. A little bit too close on Will Blaylock.
Stinson walked. Went over the air, came back down with a Cage on him. Another turnover for the Iowa State Cyclones.
This might seem base, that if Xavier can score and they can get a high percentage, shoot a high percentage, Iowa State's not going to be able to set up or get out in transition in their offensive end. They struggle in the half-court set. They cannot score as well as they can getting the ball out and running. So Xavier, as much as they can do on the offensive end, is really going to help their defense.
Cage in the corner, looking to find Thornton. Has to get it back out to Finn with 7 on the shot clock.
Xavier needs to do some more ball faking, moving that ball around the perimeter.
Turnaround from Doellman won't go. George with a rebound.
Thornton still does not have a sniff.
Stinson in the lane, off balance, and he'll get the foul. And Justin Cage can't believe that's going to be called. Stinson took a hard fall to the ground. We're going to take a break. 15:40 to go in the first. It's all tied up at 4. We'll be right back with Cintas after this.
Care Plus Smile Cam.
Well, I think what they need to do is try to figure out a way, and that may be with Odia or with Finn, whoever the point guard is in that game, has got to penetrate, do some ball faking. I'd like to see Stanley Burrell try to take, Blaylock or Stinson off the dribble because they're playing this morph zone, and they're collapsing on the low block.
You got a guy shoot 65%, 7th best in the NCAA. You might want to get him the ball.
Well, I think that's what Sean Miller was saying in the timeout. Get your guy the ball.
Stinson to the line. And he's pure.
Stinson's kid from the Bronx, as we said earlier, knows Jamal, give me the ball, Walker. But he played in that legendary Rucker Park League, and with Will Blaylock. And
it's a tough quick.
I'll tell you what, that's unbelievable. There's a 1-2-2. They'll trap out of the 1-2-2, so you try to create offense out of it, get the ball to the middle and get a layup.
Got Thornton down low. Now he's working on the block. Double team. He goes up anyway. Got it and one.
Excellent recognition by the Xavier players. Quickly, when the trap comes, they were expecting it. Got the ball to the middle. You'll see right here, Justin Cage gets the ball to Thornton. And Thornton takes it up really strong and puts it down. He's going to go to the free throw line for an old-fashioned three-pointer.
Keith Jackson, Josh Duncan, and for Justin Cage and Stanley Burrell as Thornton tries to complete the three-point play. Does and gives Xavier the lead back.
See, I like it when Xavier scores. It's so hard for Iowa State to get them to set offense. We said they're better in transition. Keep them from running.
Carr out top.
A nice matchup. You got Jackson on Stinson.
Finn on Carr. 10 on the shot clock. Try to work it down low to George. His hands weren't as quick as Stinson's pass.
Xavier has really put the pressure on defensively. Continue what they did in the Marshall game, getting their hands in the passing lanes. That was very good inside defense by Duncan and by Thornton. Xavier has to ball fake. Good quick passes. We get the open shot.
Keith Jackson got the open shot. Had a hand in his face on the follow through, but was able to see it crush through.
It's nice to see Jackson. He's really relishing this role coming off the bench. He really gives him a sense of excitement. He gets in the game. He rebounds. I think that he's going to be an excellent role player this year.
Down low to George. He gets double teamed, and they call a jump ball down low. And this one will go to Xavier.
Josh Duncan did an excellent job of coming across the lane and helping out. This is how you play inside defense. Thornton fronting the post. George takes the ball on the low block, but Duncan comes from the weak side. You also see a little help with Justin Doellman in there for the block.
Xavier may have caught a break on a very quick jump ball call.
We don't say that. We don't talk about those things.
Especially since it went through the hoop.
I think it's a makeup for the shot clock issue.
Thornton in the lane. Nice look out to Jackson. Can he have two in a row? Can't get the roll. Home in the rebound.
Well, I'll tell you what, though, you got the ball inside the Thornton that opened up the three-point shot.
Stinson with the ball fake and take on his own.
You get the ball in the lane, Thornton get the open jump shots. You really want Finn or Duncan or Doellman shooting that jumper instead of Keith.
Good passing to break the press. Duncan will finish it off.
Xavier doing a nice job of turning the pressure defense into an offensive opportunity. We saw that last time down. When there's a shot up, Iowa State's looking to run. If you can keep them from running, you can keep them in check.
Doellman fouls Carr on the drive, and you know, Delta Simply Fares are simple, affordable, available every day. Visit delta.com/Simply Fares to book your ticket today.
See Will Cottle coming in the game for Brian Thornton. Cottle has really been probably the most improved player. Somebody that Xavier really didn't think was going to give him much help this year. Has done an excellent job off the bench.
And Holman's finally on the board with a little short half hook. Certainly the pro scouts love his size.
He's a four-year starter in a tough Big 12 league. He continues to improve.
Jackson out the Doellman. Stutter step, and that high arcing shot gets the roll.
You're going to have open jump shots if you open that lane up. They have to converge on the basketball. When they do that, the outside jump shot's going to be there. Doellman made a nice recognition. Instead of taking the three, dribbles in and shoots a nice 8-10 footer.
After a slow start, now shooting 50%. Holman with the turnaround. Can't get that to go. Doellman off the glass. Looking to run. Finn on the right side. Has Cottle down on the block. Back out to Doellman. How about three? Justin Doellman starting to find his range. Built his confidence against Marshall. And it's carried over.
That was set up by Dedrick Finn and Will Cottle. Good quick quick passing. Will Connell recognizing he saw a jumper wide open for Doellman. Threw it out of the post. See Xavier right now. Dedrick Finn getting the ball into the post. All the defenders going down to the middle to help out the post. Doellman wide open. And we said, talking about extending on the three. Right now, Iowa State is leaving that jump shot open.
Doellman takes a seat with 6, and Xavier's lead is its largest at 6. Cage back in. Stinson to the glass again. And there's a foul.
But Holman on setting the pick. He jumped. He moved a little bit, trying to set up Stinson. They called for the offensive foul. That's his second. They can ill afford to lose Holman, because down low, George and Staple, they're not offensive players. They really struggle with Holman out of the game in their half court.
Second on the big man.
Iowa State will play 99% zone, whether it's a 2-3 or whether it's that morph zone. They'll follow some cutters they won't.
Nice lob to Keith Jackson. Can't get it. Tap won't go. Back outside, and this one will stay with Xavier. Couldn't get the bunny. 11:38 to go in the first. Xavier has gained a little bit of control and some momentum as they lead by 6 over Iowa State. We'll be right back to Cintas after this.
At McCluskey Chevrolet.
Doellman gets some help from guys like Keith Jackson. You see a nice stutter step. Jason gets a simple roll, but also the inside out, getting Justin Doellman set up for a wide open three. Nice pass by Will Connell. Xavier lapsing that zone and hitting the outside jump shot.
Finding comfort when guys are able to get him his shots. As we've said at the beginning of the year, this is not a guy who at this point creates his shots very well. Within the realm of the offense, they've got to find him.
I think that a lot was expected of Justin Doellman, because he started as a freshman and he's still growing and maturing. But I'll tell you, when he gets an open jump shot and he gets his confidence, he'll knock him down.
Churchill ODA in for the first time, his first minutes. And a walk on Josh Duncan down low. 5th turnover for Xavier. And Steve, you know that a cyclone is, that low pressure system over tropical or subtropical waters, that vested in that organized convection, of course, thunderstorms, definite cyclonic circulation. How many cyclones have you seen in Iowa?
Well, I saw Mark Wagner in the media room. His brain was smoking trying to figure this out for me. But I said, I know that it could have been a hurricane or a tornado, but I'm going to call these guys the cyclones. Make it easy on us.
You like that?
Yeah.
Going back the other way, stepping out of bounds, another turnover, number 6. And, to go along with that whole cyclone theme, Wags has to come up with something that really just fits into what's going on. And certainly Xavier is looking for win streaks. They're 1-0 against teams with nicknames of natural disasters this year.
Thundering Herd?
Miami Hurricane.
That's true.
So they could go 2-0 against the natural disasters tonight. I love that.
I'll tell you what, sometimes I think Mark, when he's not looking for his bags from a road trip, he's coming up with some unbelievable minutia.
Staple gets fouled down low.
Iowa State, you get up in half court. Blaylock very quick over the head. Gets the ball to Staples. And I'll tell you, this is one guy that you don't mind fouling. Staples is shooting like 43% from the free throw line. Talking to one of their coaches, I won't name names, but said that he's going to touch like a jackhammer.
Well, Doellman's got to sit down again. Their hottest hand now has picked up his second foul with 10:36 to go in the first. Jackhammer can't get the second one either.
Xavier can still push it after a missed free throw. Good ball rotation. Got to get in the scoring area. Try to get Thornton into the game.
Finn. Nice look down low to Thornton. Back out top. Duncan. A wide open Stanley Burrell. The extra pass won't go. Duncan fighting for the rebound. Cap will come to Iowa State. And Stinson going the other way. The lob. Big time. Looking for for George. Couldn't bring it down. He thought he got fouled. Xavier will have it knocked away. It'll stay Musketeer basketball.
So you want to know what a cyclone is? Excellent pass up there. George just lost it. He was up. That's a cyclone right there. I think he was too high.
He's trying to call for a foul while someone was down around his socks. He simply lost the basketball.
Well, that last possession, Xavier had the basketball. Dedrick Finn made two good ball fakes, got the defense out of position. Xavier had wide open jump shots. Good ball fakes against the zone will yield open people, especially down low block with Thornton.
Duncan lucky to get it to Finn. Down low, Thornton off the bounce, puts it back off the glass and good. Xavier lucky to collect two off that one.
I'd rather be lucky than good, but even after that, Dedrick Finn had to make a nice bounce pass to Thornton, and Thornton finished.
Stinson running the show out top. Sean Clark in the game for the first time. Stinson from deep, won't go. Clark looking for the rebound. Thornton over top of him. Out-muscles him.
Great hands by Brian Thornton. Quick reversal has Burrell on the wing.
Finn for three. Way long. Cage going to the rack. Justin Cage wants the rebound tonight.
Well, Achilles heel for Iowa State is boxing out on the defensive board. Justin Cage, really a shot going to the basket. Watching a long rebound by Dedrick Finn. And right now, Xavier with a nice 10-point lead. It's a long rebound. You're watching these guys. If you see that long jump shot, chances are it's going to hit and flank deep. Justin Cage running in, sticking it back.
9-0 run over the last 3:41 on the stick back by Justin Cage. Hey, the best damn sports show, period. The greatest nightly sports show on television. Tonight, Giant star Michael Strahan previews this weekend's NFL wildcard games. Plus, Trailblazers Zach Randolph and Darius Miles stop by to talk a little hoops and a whole lot more. Best damn sports show, period, tonight, 11 p.m. And it's only on FSN.
What Xavier has done this evening is they're taking Iowa State out of their transition offense. Iowa State is struggling to score, and they had to put Doellman back in the game. The big guy's been out with 2 fouls.
Nice defense by Xavier, and they will call a foul down low again. Iowa State lucky to get that pass from Blaylock off. An off-balance shot gets a foul.
You watch Thornton. They're going to catch him with his hands on the waist. It was a light touch foul, but it was noticeable. The referee was right there.
So Holman will go to the line. 2 fouls already on the night. And makes good. His first from the stripe.
He's sitting 65% from the free throw line. And this kid is every year has gotten better and better. And when he saw Wayne Morgan coming to town, he knew he had an opportunity to play in the pros, because that's one of Coach Morgan's fortes, is getting the big guys to play in the NBA.
Holman's got 4.
Iowa State into a 1-2-2 trap. Full court. Xavier's got to try to score out of this thing. Get the ball in the middle and look to the basket.
Cage wouldn't pull the trigger. Down low, Thornton collapse on him. 3 men. Stinson comes up with it. Blaylock on the run. Duncan will foul him. Lucky that that one didn't go, but it will send Blaylock to the line.
If a shot goes up or there's a turnover, all 5 guys got to sprint to recover. Blaylock and Stinson, that is their offense. Their offense is transition. Xavier shuts that down. They win the basketball game.
Blaylock to the line, hasn't even taken a shot yet tonight. Outside of that one, which won't count as one, as he goes to the line and makes his first. Tax time, car time at McCluskey Chevrolet. Free tax refund loans and up to $4,000 cash down payment assistance. One number, 761-1111.com. Blaylock in and out on the second. Xavier's lead is 7.
Quick reversal. Look inside.
And they do. Thornton with a capture. Cage going to the hole strong. Will get fouled and go to the line for 2 more shots.
Boy, that's a tough pass to handle. Cage got the ball really low from Thornton. You'll see good inside pass. Thornton grabs it, but it's a low pass to Cage. He hangs in the air long enough, switches to his left hand. Gonna go to the free throw line. But what Xavier's trying to do, even on made shots, they're trying to get out in transition and trying to score before the defense is set up.
Also number 40.
Cage good on the first. We'll see Davis for the first time. Clark sits down. And also Robert Faulkner, who has been battling the flu up until today. Sets foot on the floor. Take a look at the shots so far. Cyclones really struggling.
Xavier's done a nice job on the low post, neutralizing Holman. They're playing defense, low block by committee.
10 on the shot clock. Holman. Back to Davis, stripped away. And down low, Faulkner with the put down.
That happened in the Marshall game a number of times. When somebody gets a hand on the basketball, you got to sprint, find the ball, drop the level of the ball. There's too many loose balls laying around the floor, and you saw Faulkner pick it up an easy layup.
Burrell thought about it for a moment.
You got Cage sneaking behind the defense. Some good ball movement will get a layup out of this.
Or a 3 from Josh Duncan. In and out, won't go. Tap on the floor. Duncan gets that loose ball. Cage looking for it. Scrum on the floor, and this one will be tied up, and it'll go to Iowa State.
Great hustle. Josh Duncan alertly went after the basketball. But I like to see those guys rolling their bodies on the floor, trying to have those hustle points.
21-15, 6:50 to go in the first. The hustle's going on. Can Xavier hang on to the lead? We'll be right back in.
Monday is the final day.
Here's Xavier Musketeers taking on the Richmond Spiders. Tip-off 7:30, Wednesday, January 19th, right here on FSN Ohio. Hey, I want to send out congratulations to Mike Green, the SID of Iowa State. He's back home watching because his wife, Lisa, just gave birth to a baby girl, Linda Louise, 7:45 this morning, 8 pounds, 6 ounces. I think he's missed his second game now in 4 years. I guess we'll give him a free pass on this one. Congratulations to the Green family.
Congratulations. It's a way to start off a new year, isn't it?
Absolutely. Huskies by 6. A little 3/4 court press, token press.
Anything to slow these guys down. Iowa State will try to get the ball into Holman.
On the shot clock. Faulkner down low. Too long. Holman with a rebound. Going up strong. He can't get it to go too strong, but Faulkner on the putback. The big men down low dominating the boards.
Well, Xavier was up 20-10. They've been outscored 7-1 in the last 4 minutes. This is a high-octane Iowa State team. In the last 4 games, they've averaged 77 points per game. And right now, 15 minutes gone. They only have 17, so you're going to see this team pick it up a little bit.
You noticed even with those big men down low, Xavier still out rebounding the Cyclones by 6. 6 on the shot clock. Finn trying to work a shot into the paint down low to Thornton. 1 on the shot clock, and he got a whistle.
You know, it only goes to show that if you got a guy who's one of the best players in your team and he's got 2 fouls, you have to pound it inside. You got to get that guy to play defense. That guy is Holman. Take it inside. Good things happen when you get the ball to Brian Thornton.
I think they may give Holman a break here. George getting ready to check in. Brian Thornton to the line. Thornton already 2 for 2 from the floor, 5 points. Made good on his free throw as well to go along with 4 rebounds.
Iowa State getting a lift from Faulkner. Faulkner, like you said, had the flu. They didn't think he was going to play. He was down sick last night in the hotel room. See him get the break.
He'll take a seat and they'll leave Holman in with 2 fouls.
Yeah, he's got 2 chippies.
Thornton, his second, is good. Let's check in with Jim Day.
Guys in the huddle, Coach Sean Miller very upset with the turnovers. He said to his guys, the only way that Iowa State is scoring is when we turn over the ball. And the word in each huddle has been attack, attack. If they're in the half-court trap or in their zone, attack it with a ball fake, dribble, penetration, anything. Do not let Iowa State dictate the flow of this game like they have in the last 5 minutes or so.
Jim, thanks. 7 points for Iowa State off 8 turnovers from Xavier. Stinson cross court. Davis, deep, got it.
And Jim is exactly right. That's exactly what Xavier's done. They're passing around the perimeter with 10 seconds left in the shot clock. They're looking to penetrate. You got to try to get some aggressiveness. Burrell has got to try to take that ball into the lane. They're 30 feet away from the basket. You know, yeah, they're guarding you, but Thornton is non-existent on the low block.
Burrell off on his 3 attempt. George the rebound, and here comes Iowa State. Laylock in the paint. Stinson trying to finish it off. Can't get it to go. Finn the rebound.
Attack the defense. Get the ball into the big guy.
And Thornton stops a 10-2 run over the last 4 minutes.
And Holman is not going to foul him and get his 3rd foul with 4 minutes left to go in the half. Take it to him, and if he does, Thornton can score on anybody.
Well, how often can you say it? He's shooting 65% from the floor. He's 3 for 3 from the floor so far tonight. Get him the ball.
Xavier in the zone now, trying to protect that down low.
Anthony Davis from Compton, California. Not the shot in his birthplace, but he was deep on both of those and 2 for 2 from behind the arc.
Yeah, he started out slow. He was injured, had a bad shoulder, and he sat out the first couple of games, but he had 10 points on New Year's Eve against Tennessee State, and he's starting to fire him up.
Doellman from deep. How about it? That's an answer. Doellman with 2 fouls had to sit for a while and comes back in and warms up quickly. He's got 9.
It's important for Xavier to close out this half with some passion. Oh!
George down low with no touch.
Get it out and try to score in transition.
5 rebounds for Thornton.
Good ball fakes.
Timeout call.
Sean wants to talk it over, get a timeout, get some guys in. Duncan and Caudle are going to join the lineup.
You know, Xavier against the zone, a lot of times they're trying to do the right thing, but they're forgetting the easy things. Ball fakes, pump fakes, you know, make the defense shift without moving the basketball. Also, when the ball's in the far corner, the easiest way to get a quick shot is a quick reversal with no dribble.
Tonight on IMAX, Max will take us on a trip to find out if the Patriots are really the team to beat in the NFL playoffs, or if another team is favored to win it all. Plus, Max going to decide whether or not Auburn will pound Virginia Tech in tonight's Sugar Bowl. It all happens tonight on IMAX, 10 p.m. on FSN.
You got Tommy Tuberville. He's vying for that #1 shot at the #1, the championship. I don't think he's going to get it.
Well, I think he has a shot at #1 in his mind. The quickest man to, as you take a look at Justin Doellman's numbers, 9 points and a couple of rebounds. Quickest man from being fired to an 8-year extension I've ever seen.
It's like the weather in Cincinnati. Snow to rain. 10 degrees to 60 degrees.
5 on the shot clock. Burrell from deep. Short. George with a rebound.
I like that ball movement, though. Got the ball inside. It was an open jump shot.
Davis has it knocked away on the floor. Cage going after it. It'll stay with Iowa State. .232 to go in the first. Xavier holding on to a slim 4-point lead. We'll be right back to the Cintas Center after this.
I beat on it all the time. I'm a guy that likes to get the ball in the post. Good things happen. Get open jump shots when Brian touches the ball. But you'll watch right there, Jerry Holman is not even playing defense. He's playing that matador defense. You're going to see, you got to get the ball to a guy who's 3 for 3, get 8 points. He's also passing well out of the zone. And I think that's important, getting guys like Doellman and Burrell open jump shots.
Well, Xavier's passing well on 9 field goals, 7 assists to go with those.
Last ball was scored. Last touch by Musketeer. Iowa State inbound. Last timeout was a medium timeout. Not assessed the Musketeers.
It's important right now for Xavier to play good defense, keep this Iowa State team off the free throw line.
Doellman with a left hand. Nice work on Duncan.
That's why the NBA scouts are watching him. He can go either way with that right-handed or left-handed hook shot, so very hard to defend.
Nice look down low to Will Carter.
2 fouls. He's not going to go after you. You got to exploit Holman. He's just playing minutes right now.
Holman from deep. Look at the show he's got all game. That one was short. Finn on the run. Cage. Odd man break. Will pull it up. Duncan will let it fly from 3. Can't get it to go. Down low over the backboard. It'll go to Iowa State.
And I know this is a freshman mistake, but you know, there's a guy who's potentially an all Big 12 performer, number 51, who has 2 fouls. You have to go at him. You got to at least give him a show. You can't sit there and throw around the perimeter and shoot the 3. Get that guy, at least make him play defense. He's got 2 fouls. He's not playing any defense in the low block.
I don't think Justin liked his odds of 1 on 3. Got a reach around for him. You can almost see Sean Miller's lips in the huddle every time they go down. Hey, gentlemen, Holman has 2 fouls.
As a point guard, I can just see it. I feel for Sean because he knew exactly what he was doing when he came down court, whether it was in transition, whether it was setting up and leading the team. And right now, Xavier is not doing what they need to do on the inside. Whenever they get the ball inside, they're getting a free throw, or they're at least getting an open shot.
Davis to the line. Gets the roll on his first. He's 2 for 2 on the night. Both of those from behind the arc on that left spot. Found a spot that he likes. He's got 7 points already today. And gets the roll on the second. Unexpected offense from Davis.
Now he's starting to come into his own with that shoulder injury. He was hampered early on, but
Stinson knocks it away from Jackson.
This Iowa State team is a lot different than when they were last year. I know the road record was always a big bone of a contention, but this year both losses, Northern Iowa and also Iowa. I had a chance to see it. Northern Iowa almost beat UC, and Iowa's in the top 20, so they're a pretty formidable foe. Xavier has got to go into halftime with some momentum.
Iowa State won the only meeting between these two teams last year, 68-61 at Iowa State. Inside 1 minute to play the first half.
Xavier's still not in the scoring area. The ball has not reached inside the three-point line until 3 seconds on the shot clock.
Off balance shot. Cage goes up strong. Justin Cage dominating the glass.
Perfect timing by Justin Cage.
Laylock on the other end, and Will Carter is going to get called for the push.
Justin Cage used every inch of his body to get this rebound. He timed it perfectly. He was at the top end of his jump when the ball was coming down. Out-rebounded 6'10 guys. That's an excellent play by Justin Cage.
So Laylock will go to the line for 2 shots. Still has not officially attempted a shot so far tonight. Now 2 points from the free throw stripe as Carter takes a seat. Jackson, Duncan, Thornton, Cage, and Finn on the floor for the final 34.8. The lead is 2.
Shot clock is basically dark. Xavier has got to make sure that Iowa State doesn't get a turnover, create a turnover, and get an opportunity to score. Xavier should be no less than up 2 at halftime. Finn
with instructions out top. Bounce Knocks it out by the timeline.
Now there's a reason why they're not in the scoring area right now. I don't mind that.
Finn, right side. 5 on the clock. Loses his dribble. Off balance shot won't go. Cage to the glass! Somebody stop him as we hit 0-0.
That is unbelievable. He looked like Spider-Man going up there. Good penetration by the Finn. But look at this move by Cage on the way down. 2 hands taking it to the rack. Unbelievable play by Justin Cage. He's keeping the game single-handedly.
Jim Days with Sean Miller.
Thank you very much, Brad. An exciting end there to the half, Coach. What are your thoughts on the first half?
I thought our offensive rebounding has been terrific. Justin Cage in particular, we have 33 points. I don't know if we can do any better than we're doing on the offensive glass. I also thought our defense was good. Our turnovers led to points for them, and we obviously are fouling a lot more than they are. That's the difference. And right now, that's why they have 29 points, because of our fouls.
Coach, good luck in the second half. Coach Sean Miller, stay with us on FSN Ohio. Our halftime activities we'll be back with right after this, including Meet the Musketeers. Xavier up by 4.
What will you do now that the Toyota
Team Spirit program and by the Joseph Auto Group.
About ready to tip it off for the second half. Xavier with a 4-point lead, 33-29. Big 3 in the front court for Xavier. Get it to him. They're not missing tonight.
9 for 11. Those 2 misses. Justin Doellman with good shots. Xavier's continue to get the ball inside.
13 rebounds among them. You're worried about the big men down low for Iowa State. Holman gets in trouble early with 2 fouls, and he played soft the rest of the way.
He played soft, but I'll tell you, the one thing that I'm really impressed with was the on-the-ball defense of Cage, Burrell, Finn, limiting Blaylock and Stinson. Blaylock hasn't taken a shot. Stinson's 2 for 6.
Right.
Between them, they have 9 points, and they average 30 between them. So Xavier does a good job. I'll take my chances with Holman.
Well, there are only 3 sophomores in the country who have 700 points or better. Stinson's one of them at 704. Sean Banks with Memphis at 715. Can you guess number 1? There aren't a whole lot of basketball fans in the country who can guess number 1. How about Ken Tutts with Oral Roberts? He's the guy you're going to follow a lot, right?
I'm going to keep close to that one. I think Xavier's going to get the ball inside the Thornton right now. Go right at Holman. I guarantee Sean Miller at halftime said he has got a bullseye on his back. Get him in foul trouble. Get him out of the game.
Thornton down low, triple team before he gets rid of it. Cage now double team. Doellman outside, 3 on the clock. Finn lets it fly with 1. Rebound tapped up. Cage again is blocked, and they'll get the foul on Holman. He can't believe it.
Justin Cage refuses to lose on the offensive end. He just keeps jumping and keeps jumping. He's like 6 inches away from Holman as far as reach. And he goes up right there, no box out. That's another problem with Iowa State. No box out. They get Holman on the foul.
Cage makes good on the first free throw. 3 on Holman, and he is continuing to plead his case to the referees down low.
Well, I've seen that look on Coach Morgan's face many times. It was usually at me.
Holman doesn't want to go back to the bench, does he?
Well, and Xavier has to understand that. I guarantee that Coach Miller put that in their head that they're going to go after him no matter what.
Stinson trying to go coast to coast. Holman on the follow won't go.
Get it out and run. Xavier could try to turn this into an offensive possession. Skip past Doellman's wide open on the other side.
Wide on the left side, missed it. Down low. Thornton going to work on him. Soft. They got it figured out now.
Well, not that Holman's the best defensive player when he doesn't have any fouls on him. He's not playing defense on that low block. And Thornton, the wide body he is, has got to take advantage of that.
Still perfect is Brian Thornton. 4 for 4. Now into double figures. Cage working on Stinson and frustrating, and nice defense. won't go. Flipped out for Xavier. They had Cage open on that break.
Xavier's come out with a bounce in their step. Iowa State is flat-footed. Really don't look like they're ready to play the second half. Xavier doing a nice job of getting the ball down court quick in transition.
The road woes continuing for the Cyclones. You just never would have guessed that off the glass. 23-10 in favor of the Musketeers.
And a lot of those on the offensive board. Cage and Thornton doing a nice job.
Good ball movement. Doellman gets his man up in the air. Stinson will get the foul.
That wasn't a bad foul by Stinson, because once he was up in the air, Justin Doellman was going to have a wide open shot. But the most important thing in this offense is good ball movement. You swing the ball to Burrell, pump fake, penetration, wide open. You see Justin Cage, as he comes in that lane, he draws the defense to him.
Stinson's second foul. 2 minutes into the second half, Xavier stretched their lead to 8.
Like to see Xavier get the ball back into Thornton's hands once again.
Burrell goes baseline, tries to dump it off to Thornton, and gets back to him after it's tapped by Stinson, and Thornton will go to the line.
Staple grabbed him right on the arm. Iowa State does not play very good half-court defense. They're using their hands a lot. They're trying to use their athletic ability. Xavier has to recognize that. The best way to take advantage of that is with ball fakes, pump fakes, playing fundamental basketball.
Thornton now 3 for 4 from the line. 11 points on the night to go with 6 rebounds. Make it 12. And only 1 foul on Brian Thornton.
Xavier, a little man-to-man defense. They're going to try to trap. But they were trying to trap at half court.
On the baseline. Down to Holman, and he'll get the foul. A little cheapy.
Well, a lot of times what they'll try to do, Xavier will try to trap at half court. But Davis was dripping away, and so was Staples. And I think Justin Doellman decided to go back and guard his man instead of trapping the guards at half court. Iowa State in that transition, even after a made free throw, get it down and score.
Holman makes good on the 3-point play. Cuts it to a 7-point lead.
Iowa State back into that trapping full court pressure. Quick reversal, get a layup or an open jumper.
Finn with Holman coming out on him. Long comes to Doellman. Back to Finn to set it up again. Every loose ball rebound seeming to go to the Xavier Musketeers. It was Stanley Burrell who picked up his second foul on Holman on the other end. It's Burrell in the corner looking for 3. In and out won't go. Tapped up. Loose ball comes to Justin Cage. Who else? Burrell.
You can see in Stan Burrell's eyes. He wants to get the ball inside, into the Thornton, or into the hands of Dedrick Finn. Nice pass. Good recognition. Finn gets his first 3.
4 points for Dedrick. And the lead is 10. Doellman the rebound.
Good pressure by the guards of Xavier.
Then again, can he back it up? No. Doellman goes after the loose ball. Stinson will foul him.
Xavier is having their way on the offensive boards, and it is right now the reason why they have a 10-point lead, and that's a 3rd foul on Stinson.
He's going to have to take a seat.
Musketeers will inbound. Now the game for Iowa State.
First time we'll see John Neal, who doesn't see a whole lot of minutes for Iowa State.
Well, what they like to see with John Neal is when they get in a zone situation, he's a nice stand-up jump shooter, stand-still jump shooter. He was a former walk-on, but you don't want to take him out in lieu of Stinson. You want to put him in there when Stinson's penetrating to get him an open shot.
Finn on the drive. Good look down at Thornton on the reverse. Puts it home. 5 for 5 from the floor for Brian Thornton.
Nice move, Dedrick Finn. Taking the ball, dry on the defense.
defense from Thornton forces the fadeaway. Rebound comes loose. Xavier looking for it, and Finn will go out of bounds and into a camera. And we'll take a quick break. It's on Xavier to start the second half. They lead by 12. 15:34 to go. Brian Thornton's on fire. Cintas Center, Brad Johansson, Steve Wolf, the Musketeers are starting to find some rhythm.
Well, I think Xavier's getting a little bit out of Dedrick Finn that they've needed the last 2 games. You look at the scoring column, Dedrick Finn's not there. He's making a good pass. But this evening, although he's 1 for 7, he hits a really big 3 that gave Xavier a 12-point lead. And Xavier needs Dedrick Finn not to worry about his offense, but to make sure he distributes the basketball and leads that team. He had 6 assists against Marshall. He has 4 this evening, and that's real important. He's also playing great defense.
No question, the Musketeers are playing great defense and hitting the glass in the second half. Xavier with 9 rebounds to Iowa State's none.
That's unbelievable.
Sean Miller getting the hustle out of a team that he has been hoping for.
It's a different program. Iowa State with John Neal at the 2-guard slot. They're not as quick, but they are deadly from behind the line because John Neal can throw it up. So defensively, need to exploit that, get the ball inside to the big fella.
And they do. Thornton, his first miss of the night. Blaylock on the run. Will take it coast to coast and sent away by Justin Doellman.
That was an excellent transition defense by Doellman. They want to get down. Justin Cage cannot stop the penetrating guard, Will Blaylock, but you got Doellman coming across, tipping it away.
Thornton take a blow. Keith Jackson back in the game. Will Caudle joins him in the lineup to help with Holman. Working on Doellman. And he travels.
Doellman did an excellent job of pushing away from the basket, but he also had a hand's worth of help from Will Caudle. Will Caudle keeping an eye on Holman because Staples not going to be the scorer that Holman is going to be.
Muskies have held that number since the end of the first half.
Xavier had 5 turnovers in the first 10 minutes. You see a push off by Neal. Xavier's taking care of the basketball in transition, but it's also the guys down low are catching the ball and scoring when they get it.
Delta Simply Fares are simple. They're affordable and available every day. Visit delta.com/Simply Fares to book your ticket today. Finn to inbound down low. They'll bring George back in. Staple will sit down.
Stinson back in the game, so now you have 3 small guards. Got to be careful on that dribble penetration. Throwing it back out for Neal to hit that 3. Soft on that low block. A good ball fake will get him an open layup down in the box.
Jackson in the paint, back out to Doellman for 3. High arcing shot, air ball. Keep Jackson the rebound, hangs, tips. Justin Cage with a tip. Cage got it down again, knocked away. Out of bounds to Iowa State. Interesting call.
I don't know about that call. Looked like there were 2 Iowa State guys going out there. Everybody hustling. You'll get to see right here. Jackson missed the chippy. Holman altered that shot. You see Cage. I beg to differ with that call.
Stinson from deep. Can't get it to go. Long rebound. Keith Jackson. 2-on-1 break. Got Cage. Finish. Justin Cage with 13 points to go with 9 rebounds.
That was excellent passing out front by Keith Jackson. Getting his teammate open. Good defense by the Musketeers on the other end.
George working on Doellman, off the glass too hard. Doellman with the rebound. Doellman coming off career highs of 22 points, 9 rebounds. Now Justin Cage. ties a career high with 9 rebounds tonight and ties his career high with 13 points. Jackson in the paint, one-hander, won't go.
Xavier up by 14. This is where they struggle to maintain the lead. Have to make sure they try to put that dagger in the heart of the Cyclones. See, Justin Cage gets a foul, calling him with Stinson going to the basket.
Late whistle will send Stinson to the line. 3 on Justin. 6 points for Stinson, 2 of 8 from the floor. Come up empty on 3 tries from behind the arc. And has been obviously frustrated by the defense of the Xavier Musketeers.
Yeah, you like to think that Stinson's having a bad game, but like you said, Xavier focused on Stinson, keeping him from dribble penetration, and they've done a nice job so far of keeping Blaylock and Stinson under control.
Cage got a big hand as he sits down with those career highs in 3 fouls. Stinson had 19 against Xavier last year to go with 10 rebounds, 3 assists, 4 steals. He is not having that kind of night tonight.
Xavier's got to try to get the ball back in, create something off the pressure defense.
Nice move by Doellman and dish to Carter.
That's the aggressiveness that Xavier lacked in the Creighton game. They lacked that in the Tennessee game and also in the Miami game.
George cannot buy a bunny down low. Duncan with the loose ball. Working on the half court. And everything is working for the Musketeers.
Xavier just exploiting the paint every time their first look is down low. Great finish by Will Connell from a nice pass by Josh Duncan.
Swatted away by Jackson. Shot Clark with a little bit of garbage. And the lead for Xavier is 14.
Xavier smells of blood in the water, and that's on that low block. You got to make good passes down to the big guys and let them score.
Loose ball knocked away by Iowa State. It will stay with Xavier. The crowd in the Cintas loves to see it. Musketeers are ready for this one. We'll be right back.
There's only 2 weeks to deal on America's hottest products.
We got Jim Day hanging around in the crowd. What's up, Jim?
How you doing, guys? You know, this place is rocking tonight, despite the Xavier students being off for Christmas break still. I'm in the end zone section now. Normally, this is a sea of extreme fans of the students. There are still some local students here, but not the sea of white that you're used to. So this place is rocking despite having all the students here. So big tip of the cap to the Xavier fans here helping the Musketeers on the court tonight.
Well, it helps when the Musketeers play like they do. Thanks, Jim.
I'm really disappointed in Jim Day. I thought for sure that he'd have that shirt on.
You think?
Oh, absolutely.
Maybe we can go back to him and he can strip off the rest of the stuff and put that shirt on and we can do it in progress.
Yeah, I'd rather see just the shirt.
Finn, deep. Both the shot and the rebound.
It's an open shot, but still you want to keep getting the ball inside. Don't give these guys a chance to come back because in transition, they are brutal.
Stinson looking for offense. He is 3 for 10 from the floor. Now 10 points in the game.
Xavier is winning the battle in the paint, 22-14. And you got Holman's got 3 fouls. And now you got Faulkner in the lane.
Oh, the lob to Keith Jackson, can't put it down. Holman comes down with a rebound. Blaylock on the run off the glass. Tick, won't go. Comes down. Keith Jackson wants to run. Doellman out front. Tries to intercept the pass. Holman tips it back to Connell, who's fouled by Clark.
Xavier got a break right there. Not a good pass by Keith Jackson. You're winning by 12 good passes, but you'll see a little bit too iffy pass. But Holman, the rule in basketball, you learn it in the 3rd grade. You never throw the ball back towards your opponent's basket. Throw it deep, eat it. Do not throw it back. Recipient.
You learned that in 3rd grade?
It might have been 8th.
I got it 5th. I think I got it in 5th. I mean, it probably varies.
Actually, I'm not sure if I really got it. This looked like I probably should have said that.
Will Caudle with a nice game so far tonight. 6 points, and how about the big man perfect from down low? He's 3 for 3 from the floor.
It's nice when a guy can come in and spell your starter and do what Will Caudle has done continually all year long. He's done an excellent job. 3 for 3, 1 rebound, 2 assists, and 6 points.
Crowd welcomes him to the bench. Burrell, Duncan, O'Dia, Doellman and Thornton working on Holman. Thornton a nice rebound after the defense and has it stripped away. Stinson looking to work it down low, and there is a foul down low. They'll call O'Dia on it.
Team foul number 4, that's O'Dia.
His first.
Brian Thornton, when you get the rebound like that, you got to be strong and make sure you see your guard or the guy at the outlet. Xavier's 10th turnover.
Stinson with Burrell on him. Stutter step and the defense is there, but Stinson gets it to go anywhere.
He's an unbelievable one-on-one player. I know Stanley Burrell's done an excellent job guarding him throughout the night, but something special with that Curtis Stinson.
Doellman, ring it up.
He just looks so much more relaxed. He's playing strong on the boards. Doellman's playing good defense. 4 for 7. He's got 6 boards.
Duncan on Holman. O'Dia on Blaylock from deep. Gets it to go.
Got the 2 sophomores playing against 2 freshmen. Just tell you how this game has gone. If you told me before the game that Burrell would not make a shot at the 10-minute mark of the second half, Xavier still be up by 11. I think you're crazy.
Cyclones have cut into a 16-point lead. It's 54-43 now. Doellman down low to Thornton. Gets it out to the open man, and Josh Duncan can't connect. On the run, Blaylock. Dia stops the break. Not call the push this time.
You're going to see Cage and Finn coming back in pretty quickly because they've done a very nice job on this sophomore duo of Blaylock and Stinson. And right now, the sophomores are taking over the freshmen.
They'll get Cage back in, who had to sit for a while with 3 fouls. Duncan will take a seat. Duncan with 2 points tonight, 1 for 5 from the floor to go with 2 rebounds. Stinson getting some help in a short jumper. He's getting the offense going now.
He's like a boxer. He sizes you up, he measures you, and then he breaks you down off the dribble. Maybe not a better guy breaking off the dribble in the country than Curtis Stinson.
Stinson suddenly with 14. Doellman from the corner, and he got hit. And he'll go to the line for 3.
Xavier fortunate. Xavier's gone away from getting that ball inside. Justin Doellman is hot. 4 for 7. Still can't forget about the big guy, Brian Thornton, on the low block.
Doellman coming off that 22-point performance, 4 of 7 from the floor. 3 of 5 from behind the arc. 1 of 3 from the line to go to 6 rebounds. Looking for his 13th point on the night. And got it. And 1 more as Finn comes back in. O'Dia will take a seat.
Can't say enough about how Dedrick Finn has been playing defense. Although he's 1 of 8 from the field, only 4 points. He's done a nice job on Blaylock.
2 of 3 for Doellman. He's got 14.
And now you'll see Justin Cage, with his 3 fouls. He's back on Stinson.
Holman, double team, then has it swatted away by Thornton.
That was good team defense. Justin Doellman comes over, gives a hand's worth of help. Holman goes up, thinks he's alone. Boom. We'll see Thornton taking it back out. Good team defense by the Musketeers.
Stinson looking to work that one-on-one show. Got help. Thornton helps Cage on the floor. Holman's got it with 10 on the shot clock. Spins in, can't get the roll, but Faulkner with a putback.
Got to find those men when there's a loose ball. Good hustle by Thornton and Cage.
Cyclones are creeping. Back within 9 with 7:37 to go. Sean Miller wants to talk it over. So the Musketeers came out like a house of fire in the second half. The Cyclones are swirling. It's a 9-point game. We'll be right back. The new show that counts down the 10 best and worst of everything and anything in sports tomorrow. Find out the top 10 NFL teams of all time. Sports List with host Summer Sanders. Tomorrow at 6 p.m. only on FSN.
Look at Justin Doellman averaging 11 points on the year, but right now it's the inside play that got the 16-point lead. Xavier needs to try to get the ball into Cottle, and when Thornton's in the game, get the ball into him also.
Cage, Doellman, Cottle, Finn, and Burrell. The Musketeer 5.
Thornton and Cottle are 8 for 9 cumulative. And right now, Xavier not even in the offensive end.
2 on the shot clock. Doellman lets fly. Justin Doellman, his 4th from behind the arc. That one's deep. On the run, Cage has a break. Burrell, Finn the other side. Adjust to Doellman to lay it home. And Finn with a big smile. 1 for 8 from the floor. 1 for 10 in his last 2 games, but he's dishing and making things happen on offense.
Unselfish play. And Doellman running the floor and rewarded by the point guard. But let me tell you right now, the guy that's really impressing me, Justin Cage, has now shut down Stinson again. He gets back in the game after being on the bench, playing excellent defense, helping to create turnovers.
Doellman working on Cottle. Wow. They'll get one on the big man. We'll take a quick break with 6:25 to go. Xavier stretched their lead to 14. We'll be right back.
Hyundai's
Needed to be, but they needed to fulfill the roles. The guy doing it tonight is Justin Cage.
Justin Cage is our best defender. He's also a very capable rebounder. There'll be times when I fully expect him at the end of the game to have 10 rebounds or more. He got a lot of valuable experience last year. And one of the reasons our team went from 10-9 to 16-2 a year ago was the increased role he had on our team. He can guard the other team's best player. He's very unselfish, and we're going to look to get him the ball this year in places where he can score. I think at the end of the game, if he scores 10 points, it'll be a very telling stat for us because we're a better team when he's a double-figure scorer.
I would say those stats are pretty telling.
That's a perfect game. He has also played excellent defense on one of the premier guards in the country, Curtis Stinson. So hats off to Justin Cage.
His first career double-double.
Iowa State now in a man-to-man.
Nice look from Doellman down to Finn. Landed the Giants. It will stay with Xavier's. It's knocked out of bounds.
Right out of the timeout, Sean Miller says, hey, let's get into our motion offense. You see the backdoor cut by Dedrick Finn. Good recognition by Justin Doellman. Finn beats Blaylock to the basket.
Now 15 on the shot clock for Xavier. Finn will start all over again.
Here's a zone man-to-man matchup.
Doellman again. Can he connect? Top of the backboard. Got Clark on him that side. Stinson looking to go coast to coast, and they'll call a block.
That's going to be 4 on Justin Cage. Stinson, he's just a transition guy, makes a fake. And, you know, technically Cage is moving, even though that Stinson had a forearm into him. That's why Stinson is so good.
They will not call it a shooting foul. Stinson will take it out. Jackson back in, Burrell to sit.
What Sean Miller's doing is he's taking Stan Burrell out. He's going to have Cage play Rashawn Clark and have Keith Jackson go on Curtis Stinson.
There's the matchup. Stinson will let it fly. Deep. Doellman, another rebound.
Trying to get the ball. Thornton is open in the lane. You got to look at him down low.
Stinson the steal. Blaylock the run. Lays it off the glass. Too much pastry. Stinson on the third try will get fouled going up. Had an easy one. Tried to lay it with some mustard. Clark tried to lay it up, and he had a wide open bunny that was missed. And Iowa State's done that a lot tonight.
Keith Jackson did a good job of sprinting to recover. He was all the way at the other end. Xavier has to take care of the last 5:24. Has to take care of the basketball in transition. He can score. But you got a ball fake, get the ball inside to the big fella. He was wide open in the middle of the paint.
Stinson with his 15th on the night. He's come alive here in the last 4 minutes.
You can watch him. He's a kind of kid that's not going to play in a Dean Smith program. He wants to get up and down. Wayne Morgan's that kind of coach. Likes the up and down, more of a playground attitude, break you down with the dribble. He's a heck of a player.
The lead is 11. Timeout.
Timeout call.
Xavier Finn is trapped by Stinson.
Xavier Athletics would like to thank Oak City Ice for sponsoring tonight's game.
Xavier fans, you know we're going to be back on the air Wednesday, January 19th, 7:30. Red hot hoop action. Xavier going to take on the Richmond Spiders. Tip-off at 7:30. Wednesday, January 19th, right here on FSN Ohio.
Jerry Wainwright always has a solid team. Former Xavier assistant. You know, it says something a little bit about Xavier program when you got Wayne Morgan, the head coach at Iowa State in the Big 12. You also have Richmond coach Jerry Wainwright. Bob Stack now getting an assistant coaching job in the NBA.
Take a look at their January schedule. They open up conference play this weekend at UMass, followed by Duquesne, a home game at Fordham. We'll do the Richmond game. Temple, GW looked spectacular and then looked very mediocre at times, and then St. Joseph to finish off their January schedule.
You can bet they'll look spectacular against Xavier. You also have UMass. UMass has been playing well. They've beaten UConn. They're off, I think, the 6-2 start, but they're sort of an anomaly too. You're not sure what you're going to get, but come conference time, they're ready to play against Xavier.
Yeah, no question. Cage the inbound with 5:11 to go, an 11-point lead. Mike St. Cyr talking to them at the scorer's table.
Right now with 5 minutes to go, Xavier has to really focus on what got him this 11-point lead. Getting the ball inside, good solid passes, no turnovers, and getting back in the defensive area and not fouling.
Cage looking to get it in, and just does to Thornton. Down low, working on Holman. Gets it back out to Doellman, looking for 3 more. Too long. Rebound high. Comes to Stinson, and he'll run. Take it all the way. Throw the shoulder in offensive.
That's a big play by Keith Jackson. He didn't give Stinson a chance to make a move to the basket. Quick move with his footwork. Good movement by Keith Jackson. It's nice to have an athlete like Keith Jackson come in the game and also take over where Justin Cage was earlier in the game.
Yeah, Sean Miller has to be excited about what he's getting on the defensive end from his guys tonight.
Yeah, earlier in the year, Xavier is one of the worst defensive teams, you know, collectively, you know, on the ball and also team, and they're just really stepping it up this evening.
Finn with 8 on the clock, fade away, bad shot. Stinson the rebound, doing it all. Now Faulkner, he walked.
That was a heck of a look by Stinson. It was almost a no-look pass. Faulkner was cutting right to the basket. Got to get back in transition. You see Stinson, look away, boom. Nobody back on defense. You can't go down on defense with your back to the ball. You never lose sight of the ball, especially in transition.
Jackson will take a seat. Cage, Finn, Burrell, Thornton and Doellman on the floor as you look at the turnovers. And we said Xavier had 8 at halftime.
Well, they have 5 in the first 3-4 minutes of the game. But this is imperative for Xavier, getting ready for league play, to put the dagger, finish this game, get to the free throw line, make good decisions. They've had Cyclones have had 2 opportunities to score, and really Xavier averted easy baskets on the defensive end.
Well, I think that was the cry after the Indiana-Purdue-Fort Wayne game, was this team needs to learn how to finish and finish strong. When you have a team down, step on their throat. And that's what they're trying to do against the Cyclones with 4 minutes remaining.
You got to get Dedrick Finn. He's your leader. He's got to take over and take control.
5 on the shot clock. Looking down low to Thornton. Another turnover. They're 12th. Stinson coming the other way. Pull up short. Rebound comes to Burrell.
Iowa State's given
Stripped by Stinson. What quick hands. Blaylock with the lay-in. Stinson. Flashes of brilliance.
You have to get the ball inside. They're not even getting a chance to foul Xavier on the perimeter. Xavier is so far away from the basket, and they're waiting to get into their offensive area until there's 7-8 seconds on the shot clock.
Stinson, who had 6 midway through this second half, now has 16 to go along with 4 rebounds and 4 assists. We take a look at tonight's drive to the hoop, brought to you by McCluskey Chevrolet, courtesy Keith Jackson.
See Keith Jackson, one good pass to Justin Cage. Xavier doing well in transition if they make the good pass. We talked earlier, with about 10 minutes to play, Xavier had 8 turnovers. They have 13 now. We said with 5 minutes to play, don't turn the basketball over. Xavier has got to make sure they make good decisions in the last 3 minutes of play.
Xavier shooting 41% from the floor, 33% for Iowa State.
I look
17 assists.
Fred, I look at Thornton down that block. You got to get him the ball. I don't care. Dribble penetration, ball fake, moving the ball around, getting him inside. Justin Doellman has shown he can hit the 3. He's got a pump fake, take it to the basket a little bit, because now, he's not shooting 50% from behind the arc. Got to make sure he takes the good shot.
I've seen 17 assists to go with those 21 hoops. Don't forget, we will be back on the air January 19th, 7:30. Xavier takes on the Richmond Spiders. Tip-off 7:30. 19. Steve and I will be back with you right here on FSN Ohio.
In this full court pressure defense, it's important to get the ball to the middle. See if you can create something, get an easy score out of the pressure defense.
Cage to inbound, Clark on him. They've got Davis and George in the lineup now. Inbound to Finn. Trying to work on Blaylock. Gets it across to Cage.
Holman out of the game right now. They have the bigger George inside. Nice hit. He can't stop Thornton either. Thornton 6 for 7 from the field. Get the big guy in the basketball.
Justin Cage with some great decision making as Stinson takes it to the glass on Thornton.
That's a wash. Iowa State getting back quickly in transition. Xavier not recognizing it, getting back and stopping the penetration.
Finn trap.
Xavier has to look to get in that offensive end. Can't play to keep from losing. Too far away from the basket. Try to get the ball inside.
Xavier's lead is 9. And a foul on George coming out on Thornton. 2:36 to go. Xavier nursing a 9-point lead. Great dish from Cage to Thornton. Thornton's got 16. We'll be right back.
The next generation.
Now Xavier's playing some decent defense. defense, but they're not making some very good decisions offensively. But the thing that I'm impressed with is Xavier sharing the basketball, making the extra pass down low. Their season high for assist was 20. Mark Wagner said that against IPFW. So 18 assists is very nice. Xavier needs to make sure they keep that man right in front of him.
Stinson limping a little bit, grabbing his left hamstring as he came down after laying it in. I think he limps just to lull you into that speed because he's already faster than you anyway. Hurt.
Coaches say that he is one of the most unbelievable competitors. He's not going down without a fight.
Thornton with his 17th point to go with 7 rebounds. Steady.
He's played a great game.
This is the second. The lead is 10.
Xavier in a 2-3 zone. Great move by Coach Sean Miller. They're going to be throwing it up from deep.
Oh, no! And he didn't even call it.
Well, it was right to that Franklin savings alone. The bank was open.
Anthony Davis with his 3rd trifecta of the game.
Xavier do a little delay out the top of the key. Sort of like picking and passing, picking and passing. And then try to get the ball inside. See if you get a chippy before the shot clock runs out. Got to get to the offensive end.
10 on the shot clock. Cage wheeling into the paint. Lays it up with the left. Justin Cage.
That's exactly how Coach Sean Miller set it up. Little delay. Score on dribble penetration.
New career high as he's still perfect from the floor. Nice job on defense from Thornton. Makes Holman come up short. Off the ankle of Rashawn Clark, and they still call it Iowa State basketball.
Now I'll tell you, Xavier, when Justin Cage gets dribble penetration, nice left hand with a little flick. He's played a whale of a game.
Yes,
Justin Cage, 5 for 5 from the field, 5 for 6 from the free throw line.
1:33 remain. Timeout on the floor. Xavier has a 9-point lead. You look down the scoring list. Thornton has missed only 1 shot, 6 of 7, 17 points. Cage perfect at 5 for 5 with 15 points. Doellman 6 of 11, leading the way with 19 points. The rebound category, Cage with 10. Doellman's got 8, and Thornton had 7.
Yeah, and you know, you look at the guard play. Your 2 starting guards, Burrell and Finn, are 1 for 14 from the field. And that sometimes happens when you play against 2 guards that you have to play solid defense on. Your mind wanders to defense and not to offense.
Xavier opponents coming into this one averaging just 28.8 rebounds per game. It's 10th fewest in the NCAA, and right now 27 rebounds for the Cyclones. Stinson will inbound underneath. Looking for someone. Got Blaylock out top.
Got to get a hand out on the threes.
Stinson can't get it to go. Long rebound. Finn comes up with it over everybody, and he'll get fouled.
They do a nice job of fanning out around the basket, going for that long rebound. Now Xavier has to finish it off, making their free throws, because Iowa State has to foul.
The line for Xavier shooting 2, 12,
You know, you look at the numbers, Xavier has 20 second chance points. That's phenomenal.
Finn good from the line for his 5th point on the night.
Look at Big Will on the bench. Big Will was 3 for 3. Thornton, Cage, and Cottle have really kept that percentage up. Really shooting 43% from the field. And those guys have only missed 1 shot between them.
Finn misses the second. Blaylock to the glass. Gets it to go. Thornton with the foul. Exactly what Sean Miller did not want with 1:20 left on the clock.
Can you see how these guys can get it up? If you allow them to have transition offense and dribble penetration, they can kill you. They did that to Virginia. Back and forth and back and forth. Xavier sometimes has a lapse. The game's not over yet. You got to get back defensively.
Blaylock looking for the 3-point play. get it to go. Coleman comes up with the rebound. He can't get the bunny to go. Cyclones have missed underneath the hoop all night long, and the lead is 8.
Take care of the basketball. Really don't have to shoot. Unless you want to get Cage or Thornton the ball. The way they shoot the basketball.
Finn. Blaylock working on him. Doellman able to take it in the lane. Got it to go in the foul. Coleman will have his 4th, and Doellman will go to the line trying to match his career high at 22.
Well, defense just breaks down, and Doellman goes up, and it looks like it's all over but the Bengay. Xavier with a 10-point lead.
Well, I would say they finished this one pretty well.
Xavier did an excellent job of making sure they lost track, they lost focus, but brought it back, and that's very important, especially when you start 8-10 play. You want to get up against UMass this weekend.
Well, we said at the top of the broadcast what you're looking for is some consistency. We highlighted Justin Doellman. He came off 22 off Marshall. He makes this. He will have 22 tonight. We talked about how Thornton has been Mr. Consistency. Stanley Burrell pushing the ball. He didn't score in the points factor tonight, but Justin Cage came up big, exactly what Sean Miller was looking for.
And all you look at the scoring column, you'll see Stinson with 20 or with 18, and you'll see Blaylock with 10. They earned every one of those points. 6 for 16 for Stinson, 3 for 7 for Blaylock. So Xavier had an excellent defensive effort both halves.
So Doellman does not match his 22. 3 is long. Neal the rebound. Blaylock will try again. Back out to Neal. He'll light up the 3. That won't go. Cage comes down with a rebound, and he'll get fouled.
11 rebounds, 15 points. Great defensive energy, great defensive effort by Justin Cage.
Cyclones are going to fall to 8-3 as they get ready for Big 12 play. Xavier going to move to 6-4 as they get ready for UMass.
Iowa State still struggling on the road. 2-13 in the last 2 years.
Cage makes good on the first. Each point a new career high for Justin. Duncan and O'Dia will check in as the second one goes down. Doellman will sit down with 21. Finn will sit down with 5. Only 1 for 9 shooting, with 4 rebounds and 5 assists.
And he did a nice job of directing the offense and directing the defense.
Blaylock, an errant shot picked off on the rebound by O'Dia, and he'll get fouled and go to the line. 25 seconds remain, and the lead is 12 for the Musketeers.
I think this is so important for the Xavier Musketeers and collectively to go into the tournament, A-10 conference play with a win like this over a Big 12 team, a team that arguably is an NCAA team, solid players, 2 all Big 12 players, maybe 3. I think this is important for Xavier mentally getting ready to go to Amherst.
Struggles from the free throw line after early success. Now 18 of 28. Christensen will come in, and Dupree will come in, spend some minutes. Stinson into the corner. Christensen the rebound.
And it's Salt Jim Day with his cheerleading shirt on, so I guess we beat him into it.
We'll have to get that shot, won't we? Don't have to do anything. The clock will tick down, and Xavier will get its 6th win of the year, handing the Cyclones their 3rd loss of the year. 72-59, a Musketeer win. We'll have final stats when we come back to the Cintas Center after this. 72-59, Xavier over Iowa State. Time for our final stats, brought to you by Cintas. And this I think the last time XU held an opponent under 35% from the field, it was in the semifinals of the A-10 tourney against GW. That was 30%. Tonight, 33 against a very good shooting team.
Xavier finds out that they play solid defense. They can win basketball games just like they did at the end of last year.
Doellman follows up his 22-9 with 21-8. Career high for Cage with 17 and his first double-double with 11 rebounds. 17 more from Thornton. Xavier gets done exactly what they need to do, pounding it off the glass. Once again, the final score, 72-59. Join us for our next telecast of Xavier basketball on January 19th. Spiders from Richmond pay a visit to the Cintas Center while the action underway at 7:30. Hey, coming up next on FSN Ohio is the Sports List. For Steve Wolf, Jim Day, I'm Brad Johansson saying so long from the Xavier campus. 72-59. Good night, everyone.